Can I just get a half pound of the sushi grade salmon, please? So I actually went in there in hopes of getting the sushi grade ahi tuna, but as you saw in the footage, they're sold out of that, so salmon will have to do. Hello.
Hi. So here's the system.
Thank you. You too. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie with Reese Witherspoon where she plays a character who hikes the Pacific Crest Trail, but that bridge that I just crossed is actually the trail, or Bridge of the Gods, and that is the bridge that the movie ends on. Reese Witherspoon like walks across that bridge and the movie ends, which I don't understand why the movie ended at that point, because that bridge crosses from Oregon to Washington, but the Pacific Crest Trail goes all the way to Canada. So I was kind of confused why the movie ended there, but that's the bridge from the movie. One thing about Oregon and Washington is that as soon as you leave the populated like city hub areas, it feels really rural and country. It's funny because I saw, like, I'm in this area where there's signs, like little billboards everywhere. Vote for so-and-so for sheriff. And you know, in a city, like, you don't see, what the heck, like sheriff? You don't really vote on sheriff. Maybe you do vote on sheriff. I've never really personally voted for a sheriff, nor do I know exactly how you determine whether a person would be your pick, your ideal candidate for sheriff. Coming from, you know, bigger city living most of my life, it's funny to see signs for sheriff candidates. I don't know. If you live in somewhere rural or country, you might be thinking like, well, duh, of course you vote for sheriff. But if you're also more from a city, maybe you find that a little bit interesting as well. So I've been driving around these forest roads looking for a specific spot that I had planned on camping at because I saw it on one of the apps that I use. But unfortunately, to get there, all of the entrances to a specific road were closed for some reason. So I'm not going to be able to camp there. We're just going to have to figure out another spot. I don't have any service to look up spots, but we are in a national forest, so there should be plenty of spots. I'm just checking out this trailhead. I stumbled upon a random trailhead here, and it looks like a pretty cool area to hike. Oh, there's a lake over here. I bet you the fishing is really good. I'll have to come back here with the fishing rod. I mean, I actually have my fishing rod with me, but it's a little late in the day to start a hike, unfortunately. I don't know about you guys, but to me, this definitely looks like Bigfoot territory. I have a whole Bigfoot episode. I encountered what I think to be Bigfoot. I didn't see a Bigfoot necessarily, but I did hear one. It was a pretty crazy, wild experience. Once you experience something like that, you become a true believer. But I won't get into that right now because I know there's a lot of skeptics out here. But regardless if you believe in Bigfoot or not, I think we could all agree that if there was a Bigfoot, this is definitely the area where you would expect to find him. All right, well, I better get a move on with trying to find a spot because I'm getting a little bit hungry here. There is a spot right here if all else fails, but since it's right off the road, I'd rather not stay there. But if I don't find anywhere else, at least I know I have somewhere to come back to. Experimental forest. Experimental, huh? I wonder what the heck that means. Normally I would be a little bit skeptical and maybe even spooked out by an experimental forest, but the sign looked nice and it seemed to be part of the national park or the National Forest Service. So I think we're good, hopefully. Hopefully no one's gonna be experimenting on us tonight. By us, I mean me, I guess. Now this certainly isn't the most exciting spot that I've ever camped, but honestly I can't keep driving around wasting gas on these forest roads. For some reason in this specific area, there have been very few, if any, camping spots. Usually on forest roads there's tons of spots, but specifically around here there really haven't been any. Also, more importantly, I really need to get the sushi rice cooking because that way we have enough time for it to be able to cool down before I actually make the sushi rolls. So this spot's gonna do, and honestly, it's pretty nice. It's free. I'm the only one out here, which is cool. Public land camping is always fun. I've never actually made sushi before, and I think it's kind of funny that my first time ever making sushi is gonna be out here in the woods. But I mean, it's pretty fitting for me, right? Come on. A lot of the first times that I've cooked something have been out on the road, in the mountains, on the beach, whatever. Ironically enough, the Asian market that I went to was out of sushi rice, so I got this Calrose rice instead. It's supposed to be a pretty good substitute for sushi rice if you can't find actual sushi rice. Also, ironically, today I took the strainer out of my truck, so I have to rinse the rice the old-fashioned way. Now to power the rice cooker today, I'm gonna be using my Alpha ESS 1000 watt portable power station. Alpha ESS also happens to be the sponsor of today's video. This is the Alpha ESS 1000 portable solar generator. It's got a 1036 watt-hour capacity, which is more than enough juice to keep your devices powered and charged up when you're on the go or off the grid. As you can see, it's got a multitude of different ports on the interface, which allows you to charge up to 12 devices simultaneously. You get 3 AC outputs that can power devices such as fridges, fans, rice cookers, and more. You also get 4 USB outputs, 2 being USB-A, 1 USB-C, and 1 USB-C PD 100 watt port that enables quick charge. There's also 2 DC charging ports and a cigarette lighter port. Another really awesome feature that I personally enjoy is 2 wireless charging ports right on top. You just double click the info button on the interface and that activates the wireless charging pads. Then once they're activated, you just set your phone or your watch on top of it, and you don't even have to have any type of wire. As long as your phone or watch is compatible with wireless charging, the wireless charging pads will work for you. This is an awesome feature. You also get this cool, I don't know how well you could see right now, but you get this really cool light feature that has 3 different settings. Well, 4 actually, if you want to consider the flashing light to be one of them as well. Right now you can get a whopping 25% off of this power station with code ALPHAESS25 at checkout. Make sure to click on the link down below in the description box and check it out if you want more info. ALPHAESS25 at checkout, link in the description box. Back to the video. Cheers. Today I'm drinking an Ecliptic Brewing Phaser Hazy IPA. I haven't had a hazy IPA for a while. Cool, so the rice came out really well, and now we're just gonna have to let the rice cool down because I've read and I've heard that the key, oh my gosh, what the heck? I've heard that the key to good sushi is really making sure that you allow the rice to fully cool down before you make the sushi. Obviously, you guys have never had warm sushi. I personally have never had warm sushi, so it's kind of a no-brainer. But what I am gonna add to the sushi rice, what I am gonna add to the rice for the sushi is this stuff. So I am cheating a little bit by using this. This is a sushi seasoning that already has all of the rice vinegar, sugar, and salt that you would traditionally make from scratch to add to the rice. But I just saw this at the Asian market and I thought, well, this is a lot easier for camping. Apparently it's best to add this stuff while the rice is still warm. So we're just gonna go ahead and add that right now. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon, a little over a tablespoon. That honestly might have been a little bit heavy on the sushi seasoning, but that's okay. While we wait for the rice to cool down, I'm just gonna go ahead and prep our sushi toppings, I guess these would be considered. I don't know, they're not going on top of the sushi, but you get what I'm saying. The stuff that's going into our sushi. We're gonna keep it very simple. I'm putting cucumber. Cucumber and avocado are gonna be the non-fish fillings for the sushi, and you guys already saw the salmon that I got earlier, but I will give you a closer look in just a second here. I'm just gonna prepare the cucumber. Like I mentioned, I have never made sushi, so if I'm not doing this step properly, I apologize if there's anyone out there like rolling their eyes because I'm not cutting it right or whatever. I'm just kind of doing it however I feel would be the best representation of the sushi that I've had personally in the past. This is the fish that I'm gonna be using. It's Chinook salmon, sushi grade. This is actually gonna be the first time that I've ever bought sushi grade fish. I've never eaten any type of raw fish other than when I go to a sushi market or whatever and get sushi there. So not gonna lie, there's a little bit of apprehension. I feel a little bit weird just getting fish knowing I'm gonna be eating it raw. That's a very pretty piece of salmon there. Hopefully the bears don't smell it and come running. I think first I'm gonna try to take the skin off. Now I think I'll just go ahead and cut it in half. And, how should I do this? I guess just thin slices like that. Looks pretty good. Let's get rolling. That looks decent. This is the seaweed that I'll be using, the nori, I should say. It's straight out of the Asian market, so you know they have some legit stuff there. All right, here goes nothing, guys. I guess here's the rice. I just realized I only pretty much made enough rice for like, oh, I should wet my hands first, I think. Okay, I just wet my hands a little bit to make this hopefully a bit easier. And I guess you're not really supposed to pat down the rice that much. You're kind of just supposed to just like spread it out. I don't even know how that's possible, but definitely did not make enough rice. Fortunately, I do have one other thing that I'll be eating, which you'll see in a second. Oh my gosh. This is this is not gonna be a great sushi roll. I'm also gonna be adding this sriracha mayo. Another thing I was planning to make from scratch, but they had it at the Asian Mart, so I figured I might as well just save myself the time and cheat. So now I think we'll just put the cucumber down. Next, we'll put the avocado. Last but not least, gonna load up our salmon. Okay, that was the easy part. Now, let's see if I could actually roll it. Oh my gosh, this is very intimidating. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Come on. I gotta at least form it somewhat. Maybe I feel like I put way too much toppings. This looks like too much. But I thought that since I only have enough rice for one. Oh, here we go. Okay. 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 That is that's looking all right, hopefully. I don't know what it looks like. Oh. That looks pretty good. I think we got to take the plastic off. Okay. Now what? How do we, I guess, just finish the roll like that? And then take that and just, oh yeah, I think we might have just got it, guys. I think we might have just gotten it. Don't mind the stuff hanging out the sides here. It's supposed to be like that. Oh, that looks pretty good, guys. That looks decent. You know, it's not gonna be at any 5-star sushi restaurants, but hey, look at that. That's not half bad. Look at that, guys. That is, that's looking decent. There's so much stuff coming out of the ends. Okay, that is very hard to slice cleanly. Let's try this. Let's give this a little taste. Mmm. Well, as you guys can see, I definitely should have used much more rice. I don't know why I used such a little bit of rice, but the rice to ingredient ratio is pretty off, unfortunately. But other than that, it looks pretty decent. Let's go ahead and cut another one here. Okay, I'll take it. You know, it's all in one piece, so there's that. Since the sushi only came out to be one roll, I'm also gonna have this really fancy looking instant ramen that I picked up while I was at the Asian market. It's a Japanese style ramen. So we're really going hard with the Japanese culinary theme in this video. Wow, this one's legit. Look at that, fresh noodles. This isn't even like a dry pack like most of the other ramens. These are like actual cooked noodles. I have a good feeling about this ramen. The sushi looks really good, guys. I'm pretty proud of myself. This actually came out a little bit better than I was expecting, for being honest here. Of course, you can't have sushi without pickled ginger. We're going the full 9 yards. I even got a bit of wasabi as well. Whoa, check out that bat. Hopefully he doesn't dive bomb me. Whoa, dude. Never seen a bat get so close to me before. Yo, this little bat is really flying right up next to me. That's crazy. I haven't seen a bat fly that close to me ever. Maybe it's because we're in the experimental forest. Okay, it's time to dig in. Man, I've been working on so many different steps. This sushi has been sitting, waiting to be eaten for quite some time now. So I'm just gonna dig in. Honestly, like I said, it came out looking pretty good at least. I guess we'll see how it tastes, but it came out looking a lot better than I was expecting. I had my doubts that I'd be able to even roll a proper roll, but this looks pretty solid. So let's just give it a shot. I'm just gonna stop talking here. A little bit of ginger, a little bit of wasabi on there. Yo, that's pretty legit, guys. That is good. That is really, really good, actually. What the heck? The bat is still flying around. I don't know if you guys could see it on camera. But yeah, the sushi is a success. That's pretty comparable to what you would get at a sushi restaurant, in my opinion. The rice is a little bit different, probably because I didn't have sushi rice. But other than that, I mean, flavor-wise, it's pretty good. Whoa. I don't know what this guy is doing, but he's like banging into the camper. You trying to tell me something? I wonder if he's attracted to the food. Interesting. That's so weird. He keeps flying back and forth. Now, I know some of you guys are probably noticing that I'm eating with a fork, and that's pretty embarrassing to be eating sushi with a fork, especially when I went out of my way to pack all of the sushi ingredients, everything I need to make sushi, and then I couldn't even bring a pair of chopsticks. I totally forgot. It's the simplest things that we always overlook, guys. I'm actually really excited. I'm excited to try this ramen too, because this looks pretty legit for a store-bought instant ramen. Let's try the ramen. Wow, that's so good. It's like better than some actual restaurants that I've had ramen at. Yo, I don't know what in the world I'm hearing right now, but I was just outside cleaning everything up, putting things away, so on and so forth, and all of a sudden I heard this terrifying noise. Like I've never heard anything like this in the forest before. It was just, I can't even describe it. It was just this not really a growl, but kind of a growl, and it's super low. I don't know what's going on here, but there's all kinds of crazy noises and stuff going on here. This is it's a little bit spooky. I was actually kidding earlier when I said, "Oh, experimental forest, that's spooky." But now I'm starting to wonder what the heck is going on out here. Needless to say, I quickly finished cleaning up and I hopped into the camper because I heard that and I was like, what the heck? What could that be? I don't know, guys. That's pretty spooky. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna close that. What is that? Yo, what the heck was that? That was freaking loud. I'm probably tripping. I bet you someone in the comments is gonna be like, "Oh, that's a gopher or something like that. I don't know, but I was outside and it was pretty dark, so I couldn't really see around me. And hearing that really close by was pretty spooky. So whatever it is, it sounds intimidating when you're in the forest alone and it's dark out. Yikes. Woo! Fortunately, whatever was making that that disturbing noise last night, it didn't come back, or at least I didn't hear it over my movie playing, but nothing bad happened. I'm here to tell the tale. It was probably nothing, but I don't know. Like I said, when I first heard it and it was dark and I was just out here, it was pretty spooky. Oh well. That's just part of camping in the forest, I guess. Whew, man, it's already getting really warm. I have a feeling today's gonna be a hot one. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys like always for watching. You guys go out there and go on some adventures of your own. Live life. Beat the status quo. Y'all know the drill. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.